Hey coders, welcome back to my channel and this is our second video. From this video we are going to start our Python series in which you can learn Python from the very basics and you can actually design those beautiful, fantastic and really mind-blowing projects. Because Python is a very simple language. If you're familiar with the English, then Python is very easy. So in this video we are going to start our Python, and at first, let me give you some of the introduction. Right. So here I have created a Python file named as introduction.py. In this, what we are going to do is to see the various introductory parts so that you get familiar with a particular set of words, right, in Python if you are doing coding. So the first could be understood as constants. So constants, what do you understand by constants? Constants are actually fixed words or fixed numbers, fixed strings that have a particular fixed value. For example, numerics such as 1, 2, 3, etc. These are examples of constants, right? And another more and one of the most important thing is that um, the value of the constant is always fixed, right? So here what we are going to, let me give you a bit of introduction. Constants are fixed values, right? Another important aspect or another important thing to be understood in Python is keywords. What are keywords? If you have studied other languages, right, for example, C or C++, you might be familiar with these words, right? Keywords are nothing else than reserved words. These are some special or reserved words that are already fixed for doing particular tasks, right? For for example, class or return or continue, if, else, from, while, finally. These are some of the examples of keywords, right? So here what we are going to write is reserved words, right? Another important thing is variables. What are variables? Variables are nothing else than a special or a named memory or named place in the memory, right? Variables, for example, in maths, you might be familiar in maths about variables, right? We consider x, y, or a, b as variables. Why? Because they store a particular value. They are used for storing and retrieving the data using the name of the variable. For example, we have named a variable as x. If x stores the value 10, then the value 10 has been stored in the memory location of x, right? And you can actually retrieve those values or change those values by using the name of the variable, that is x here, right? So it is, my bad, named place in the memory, right? So now we are going to study about data types. So let me give a heading, data type. Data types. There are various data types in Python, for example, string or int or float, list, etc. Right, we are going to see it by using various examples. Right, for example, if I have written h is equals to hello, right? Now we are going to see its data type. For this we need the type variable, right? See how it is going to be done. Type h. Now we are going to see if it is a string or it is an integer value or it is a float. Let's run this. What it is showing? Class string means it is string, right? So let's see something else. I'm going to comment this one out by triple stropius. For example, a is equals to 10. What we are going to see? We are going to see its data type. It is showing int because it is an integer value. If we write it as 10.2 and we are going to run it, it is showing class float, right? So in this, we have seen how data types could be recognized. If we are, when we actually move ahead, we're going to see some more data types as well. Let me show you one of them, right? So that you get familiar with them as well. If we give, for example, B is equals to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Now we are going to see the data type B. What it is showing? It is showing list. Okay, we need to deal with these lists and dictionaries and etc. And when we are going to when we actually study about data structure part, right? I've just given you a bit of introduction so that you get familiar with it. Now, what we can do is we can also do type conversions, right? And type conversions could be done very, very easily, very, very easily. So let's see. Just doing this, right? So our next heading is type conversions. Type conversions means when you actually convert an integer value to a float value to an integer value like this. So it is very, very easy. Let's just do this. For example, I write print float 99 plus, sorry, okay, okay, plus 1000, right? And now what we are going to do is we are going to run this out. What it is showing? 1099 means 99 is an integer value, and here we have converted it into a float value and then added 1000 to it. So what it is giving? It is giving 1099.0, means a floating value as the answer. And what we can do is we can do some more examples. Let's just comment this one out, right? For example, I've given I is equals to 56, right? We are going to see the type I. Let's just see. Yeah, it's very, very obvious. It is an integer value. And now what we are going to do is we are going to convert this into a float value. How it could be done, you might be wondering. It is very, very easy. Means a halwa question, a halwa. So we have actually converted the integer value into a floating value by using this thing, right? And now we are printing this. Print F. How it will be printed? It will be printed as 56.0. And if you want to see the type, which you already know, I think, type F. We're going to run this. It is showing class float. So this is very easy to convert these integers value into floating values, right? So these things we have done. We are actually being familiar with these. Now another most important aspect where students get confused most of the time is on integer division. Okay, most of the times while doing the integer divisions, you get the answer in floating points. And let me show you how it is done. Let's just comment this one out. Okay, yeah. So our next heading would be integer division, right? For example, I'm writing very, very simply. Print 3 divided by 2, right? Very simple. Answer would be 1.5, and yeah, it is showing 1.5. Easier enough, right? So let's just do some more examples to check. And you can, in other languages, you need to write a lot of big programs for doing these things, but in Python, it's very, very simple. It's really very simple. We are going to comment this one out, move to the next line, and check if it is correct for other values or not. Yeah, it's working fine. We got the answer as 0.99. Okay, now we are going to deal with string conversions. We have actually seen type conversions. Now we are going to deal with string conversions, right? So let's just put our next heading. Let's just put it in this. Okay. Now what we are going to deal with, string conversions. Okay. Here what we are going to see is, for example, we have given any variable as test is equals to, for example, 20, right? We are going to convert it. So in this, you are actually, you may be familiar with it, right? If it is written within inverted commas, right, then it has been converted into a string, or it is a string. It is a string value, means test is actually holding a string value. So what we are going to do here is we are converting this string value, that is 20, into an integer value. Let's see how we are going to do this. Test int is equals to int test. Okay, let's do an underscore here. So we are making another variable that is named as test int, right? And converting this test value, that is actually a string, into an integer value, right? Now let's check for the type as well to be more clear. Print type, what it is? Test int. Okay, let's run this out. It is showing class string. And here if we'll check print type test. So let's check this out. It was earlier a string value. Now it has been converted into an integer value, right? So we have seen the conversion, type conversions like integer into float, and also seen how to convert a string into a numeric value, means into a integer. However, if we are giving like variable such as test is equals to hello, now it is an already existing string value. It is not a numeric value, right? We already know that it is a string. So in that case, it couldn't be converted into an integer or a floating value because its already existing nature is of a string, right? So this is the most important point to be noted down here. Let me note it down for you. It will produce error if string does not contain, okay, what I've written now, G, contain a numeric value. Okay, you can do this by converting it into a floating value as well if you will type float here, right? So another important thing that we are going to see here is, which will be the last part of today's video, will be taking input. Now it is very necessary to take input from the users. If we are dealing with a program that actually takes input from the users, then performs the calculation and displays the result. And for this, it is very easy to take input. For example, what we are going to see here is user input. How we are taking user input, right? So for example, I've taken a variable, right? For example, name is equals to input. You can use input to take input from the user, right? Input, what is your name? Simply adding a question mark. So it will ask me, what is my name? What is your name? It is asking. Let me give my name as the input. For example, I am writing my name is ABC. Right? It has taken the input from me. And then let's just include more things into it to make it more presentable. Right? For example, print welcome name. Let's run this. Okay, let me give my name. For example, what I'm writing is my name is Spider-Man. Spider-Man. Okay, it has written welcome, Spider-Man. So we are going to see much more things out of it in the next video that is coming up very, very soon. And sorry for the late video upload because I was actually busy. So here in this video, we have, seen a lot of things, a basic introduction of Python. Right. In the next video, we are going to see some more things in which we'll see user input conversions as well, and operators. The most important thing that we'll study in the next video is operators. All the different kind of operators. I'll teach you everything one by one with much more detail. So see you in the next video, and please like, share, and subscribe if you are liking this. And don't forget to share it with your friends because it's very necessary. Okay? Because we all can grow together, right? So see you in the next video. Bye bye.